Hello and welcome to Lemming TV. Today I'll be continuing with my Trackmania mapping guide and I'll be talking about the different surfaces in the game and their properties. Let's get into it. So there are 5 main surfaces, water and 3 penalty surfaces, which I'll go through today. There are also special surfaces which only appear in custom blocks, which I'll talk about in my custom blocks video. The 5 main surfaces are concrete, dirt, ice, grass and plastic. The main surface is concrete. This is also called tarmac or tech surface. This is a grippy surface and the most commonly used. It is the second fastest surface behind plastic. You will only slide on this surface if you're going at really high speeds or if you drift yourself. It is the most predictable and easiest surface to drive on. This surface is used for tech road, which is on folder 1, sausage in folder 3, open road in folder 5 and the black surface in folder 13. The next surface is dirt. It has less grip than concrete and you'll slide more often, but it has more grip than the rest of the surfaces. Dirt is like grass and plastic, but is the grippiest of these 3. It is also tied second surface with grass, having the same acceleration as it, but dirt has a higher top speed if we exclude using things like speed drifts and wiggles. It is used for dirt road in folder 2 and open dirt in folder 6. Next is grass. It has the same acceleration as dirt, but it has a lower top speed. It is slippier than dirt and concrete, and sliding is also quite common. It is used for open grass blocks in folder 8. Also, the stadium floor is grass. Next is plastic. This has the highest acceleration as for the blocks and is the fastest block, but is not as grippy as dirt, and is the second hardest to turn on apart from ice. It is also the newest surface, as it was released on the 12th of June 2021, whilst the other 4 were released on launch. It is used for open plastic blocks in folder 9 and lots of items. I will go into items during the scenery half of this series. The final of the 5 main surfaces is ice. It is the slowest surface and by far the slippiest, as nearly impossible to turn on open ice without ice sliding, which makes it easier and faster to turn. I'll go into mapping ice slides in mapping the style of ice tutorial, and I'll go into how to ice slide in a separate tutorial from the mapping series. The open ice folder is in folder 7. Ice is also used for bobsleigh, which is folder 4, but this is quite different from open ice. I'll go into this in my how to map bobsleigh video. Water is slightly different from the other surfaces as it is not a surface you drive on, but more like a state you are in. You can either be underwater or in the air. When you're in the air, your car will act normally, and most of the time you'll be in the air. But if you're submerged in water, your car will act differently. Firstly, your car will travel at a slower speed, and it will fall far slower than normally. Water blocks can be found in folder 10. Lastly, I'll be talking about penalty surfaces. Penalty surfaces are usually used in scenery, as they are extremely slow and rarely used during the route. There are 3 penalty surfaces: penalty grass, sand and snow. They are much slower than the normal blocks and are mainly used either for scenery or in folders 5 to 8, open concrete, open dirt, grass and open ice. And within those, folders 7 to 10 are like mini roads, and the outside of them will either be penalty grass, concrete and grass, sand for dirt and snow for ice. The reason they are here is to keep players on the intended path. This concludes a very brief overview of the surfaces. I'll go deeper into each one in future parts, mainly in the how to map different styles sub-series. If you haven't seen the first part of this series, make sure to check this out. Before the next part, practice what you have learnt from the previous episode. Remember to subscribe so you can keep up with the series, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I can answer any questions in the comments. Bye!